proper late night album as well, I think. Like if it builds to like the Stars and Projectors, that's a great song just in the middle of like just to play in the dark because it's so weird and sort of abstract and sort of like it's a really long song, in about 10 minutes. Stars and Projectors,
it's huge,
I think that is the centrepiece of the album and the album's best song.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It's not as good to listen to out of the context as Third Planet, but it is sort of what the whole album's building to, and it's just a devastatingly great song. And then, as you say, that sort of part one is everything leading up to that.
Yeah.
More worldly concerns like New City, which is about moving to somewhere else, or Dark Centre of the Universe, which is about someone who like the world's not. He's not like the centre of the universe. It's not about him. They're still more personal about things. And then after that, you get songs like Lives or Life Like Weeds is actually my favourite one.
Yeah.
That's got an absolutely amazing bit where like it's sort of like that really fast-paced guitar, and then it sort of stops halfway through, and it just goes like and it's like really slow, and then he starts talking instead of singing. Life Like Weeds is a great song. Do you remember that one as much? Yes. Ish. It's the one where it's like, I could have told you all that I loved you.
Oh yeah.
That's actually my favourite one, I think, off the album. That one's great, and that's all about. It almost feels like it could be a concept album about someone dying. Yeah. Because that one's like, I could have told you all that I loved you, and it's like almost someone looking back on their life. That one's a great song, but yeah, it's so dense,
so rich, so
rich.
Dense. There's so many things going on in each line.
It's also, I think, the one that bears repeated listening more.
Yeah.
Most, like, the songs aren't as immediate, and it's a lot colder than, again, Lotus and Crowded West, or even Good News. Good News is, I tell a lie, this wasn't the first album of theirs I got, Moon and Antarctica. The first one I got was Good News, because it was £1 in in an independent record shop.
I my car into a copy of a day.
I'd heard Third Planet, but I'd not bought Moon and Antarctica yet, but I bought Good News, and that one is more immediate than this one.
No, yeah, definitely.
Definitely. That sort of is like a classic pop album. But this one is the one where it'll bear dividends in the future, and like...
Yeah, you would hear float on in the middle of Moon and Antarctica, definitely.
No.
It'd be so weird.
Yeah. But this one is just... I think this is one of the best albums of the 2000s.
Yeah, I think it's pretty fair,
Yeah. I'd say it being like the top 10. I think that it's the best sort of mix you're going to get of sort of more mainstream leaning lyrics and sort of... not mainstream leaning sort of music in a way.
Yeah.
Like, this is an album that can sell pretty well and people can get and understand without it being too obtuse.
Yeah.
But also having enough stuff in it to listen to over and over again and to get more and more out of it, because they did obviously put so much time into it, and they put so much into it in terms of how like well crafted the lyrics are and how much weird instrumentation is and all this different stuff. I think it's going to endure a lot better than any of the other ones.
Yeah.
This and Lotus and Crowded West are sort of twin pillars of sort of what indie rock was at that time. Like Lotus and Crowded West, it's all like scrappy and it's full of like quick songs and stuff, and it works and it's more immediate. And then you've sort of got more ambition and more sort of working in the studio as opposed to trying to just get a like live sound.
Yeah.
Like this is like, as much as I love
the kind of albums that aren't really made anymore, I think. Certainly not indie rock.
No.
I think it's very hard to make album-orientated albums anymore.
Yes.
A lot of people try.
Yeah.
A lot of it, it's interesting about a lot of like indie hipster bands like to present their albums in like cardboard boxes which look like vinyls.
Yeah.
Make it look like they give the illusion that it's a record.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's just like a collection of songs.
Yeah.
The only album I would think of recent years was something like To Pimp a Butterfly from this year.
Butterfly.
But that works as an album.
Yeah. I think there's still like quite a few. I think I've heard a few. Like
I think there's some ones that are like crossover and like big.
Yeah.
You know, like Moon and Antarctica today, I don't think would
be as big.
No, I don't think it'd float as well.
No. But it's another interesting thing actually I've just thought of is that isn't it weird that like you can compare this to like Radiohead in a way, because OK Computer came out in 1997, the same year as
the
like,
big hitters. Yeah.
And then sort of and then Kid A, which is sort of almost similar to Moon and Antarctica in that it's sort of this weird album.
Which is better?
Well, than Kid A or Moon and Antarctica?
Yeah.
Moon and Antarctica, I think.
Okay.
Easily, Moon and Antarctica is more, I think, genuinely artful and thoughtful, and I think the lyrics are just miles better. Like, I think that Radiohead, I think, are the better band, but I don't think they did anything as good as the Moon and Antarctica.
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it?
Because Tom York isn't as good a lyricist as Isaac Brock.
Tom York,
yeah.
Tom York.
He's nowhere near as good as lyricist, and the Moon and Antarctica, I think, is more genuinely sort of challenging and sort of more. It challenges their audience more, I think, than Kid A did to Radiohead's in a way. Kid A is sort of. I like Kid A. I think it's a great album. It's a classic. It's like a masterpiece. But I don't think it's as genuinely challenging as people say it is.
That's interesting.
Because I think it still contains. It still has things in it that are like. It's not like a bunch of noise. It's not Metal Machine music. It's still like.
It's not like the whole album was made up of songs like the title track.
Yeah.
Which would have been amazing, but.
Yeah.
I actually think Amnesiac's more challenging.
Amnesiac is more challenging.
I think it's a more challenging album. It's because like on Kid A, there's moments of like genuine like beauty and like it's got hooks.
Yeah.
You know, like Idiotech or the final song, movie's motion picture soundtrack.
Yeah.
But Amnesiac's one where we completely throw out the rule book. And it's just like whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. So Amnesiac's a tougher album, I think.
But I also think Moon and Antarctica's got more emotional resonance.
Yeah.
I think that sort of if you were going to be like a bit pretentious and say like which one had more historical significance.
Well, it's Kid A, innit?
Kid A, yeah. But I think the Moon and Antarctica has more actual relevance to sort of people.
Yeah.
Because
to computers.
Yeah, but it's like Kid A is a good album, and you can say all this stuff about like how much historical relevance it's got or what it meant to live in the 2000s and all that kind of stuff. But you can't look at it as sort of how personal it is compared to Moon and Antarctica. Like Moon and Antarctica has more ability to resonate with people rather than having to describe it in the sort of terms of what it meant at the time.
Yeah.
You can do that because it is a good signifier of how indie rock became more sort of, as it moved away from trying to capture live sound, as more bands got signed up to big labels, trying to get more of like a studio sound and make sort of big classics. And then ironically, Modest Mouse, when they get big, sort of ruin that in a way by making more sort of commercial, sort of less. I mean, you've heard Good News. That's not a.
It's a good album.
It is still a great album. It's like a 9 out of 10.
It's the best kind of album where it's a good crossover. It's got the because there's nothing wrong with being popular.
No, and it's still a 9 out of 10. It's a great album.
There's nothing wrong with having a commercial sensibility. Some of our most beloved artists have commercial sensibility at the mind. There's nothing wrong with that, as long as it's good.
Yeah.
Right? And in terms of indie pop rock, it's probably the best year we're gonna get.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think there's many indie pop songs as good as Float On, for example.
Or even like Ocean Breathe Salty, or loads of songs on there are just classics. But it does feel like single after single after single.
Yeah.
It's not an album that holds together well as an album.
No.
Well, no, it still holds well, but it's not like this.
It's a great collection of songs.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Moon and Antarctica is one coherent body of work. It's like one thing you can put on straight, and it's just a great album. And the lyrics are so ambitious, and as you say, it's trying to do all this sort of big stuff that almost. As I was saying, I don't even think that Can you really compare the lyrics to anyone else? They're so sort of ambitious.
Not really.
Otherworldly. Yeah.
I can't think of any band that's not Rush where they've sung about space and made it like convincing, you know. And Rush, it's more about the silliness of it.
Yeah.
Like they're taking the piss out of themselves a little bit.
Yeah.
But like most bands do it in a serious way, but it's not pretentious.
Yeah.
Which is impressive.
Yeah.
Because you're singing about you're comparing your life to the universe.
Yeah.
Pretty ballsy to do.
It's pretty bold. Amazing that it like stuck and everything.
I can't believe it actually worked.
Yeah.
That's a shocking thing.
Yes. This also is sort of capturing at the point where they were taking more time on their albums.
Yeah.
Like between 1996 and 1997, they made 2 albums, a load of singles, and like a B-side collection, and toured constantly.
Jesus.
That was like what they did. And I'm imagining that when they were signed to a big label, they had more time and everything to actually focus on the songs. It sort of captures them at the peak of their career in many ways. So yeah, I really, really love Moon and Antarctica.
It's a great album.
It's a great album. One of the definitive indie rock titles of all time. An album that will probably only grow in stature as time goes on. Because it's not really, as I say, it's not really talked about as much in sort of the Modest Mouse canon as other ones. It's seen as being a great work, but more of like intermediate one. It's not as underground as Long Drive, which is sort of only for die-hard fans.
Yeah.
I've heard that. But yeah, great album. Any closing thoughts you've got, being the one who's heard it only recently?
Well, like I said, it's now my intent on re-listening to very, very soon. I'm sure there's a lot more to unpack in it, because it is a huge album.
It is huge.
So, yeah, I mean, I love it, and it's made me want to re-listen to it pretty much instantly, which is the best thing that an album can do. So, yeah, no, I love it. It's great.
Yes, great album. 10 out of 10.
10.